I thought vampires didn't like light. We love it. I was just trying to prepare you. I'm flesh and blood, but not human. I haven't been human for, well, an amount of time that fluctuates depending on which material you decide to reference. Hi, this is Rob, and welcome back to Media Awareness. And apparently, what has become a series on Interview with the Vampire, the AMC original series. If you like my content, or if you're just curious in general, or if you want to become a thorn in my side, please feel free to like this video, share it with a friend, share it with your pet, share it with an enemy. Comment below. The comments are keeping this series going, so feel free to comment with your thoughts, both positive and negative. You're also welcome to express your comments to me more directly on Facebook. My link to my personal Facebook is found in the description below. You can feel free to message me there, and I check my inbox throughout the day, every day, and I also check my spam folder. So even if your message does get filtered, I will inevitably see it and respond in some manner, whether it's directly on Facebook or in a video format, depending on how I feel it should be addressed. So here are the facts that I've been aware of for some time, but was reluctant to share until prompted to do so. That moment has arrived. The initial plans for the Vampire Chronicles was a film series by Universal Pictures. This new film series was to be produced by Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orsi, with Anne Rice and Christopher Rice acting as executive producers, and Christopher Rice writing the screenplay. This, however, was placed on hold with Universal Pictures and Imagine Entertainment until roughly 2016, when Anne Rice regained the full ownership of the franchise, as the rights had been optioned prior. Anne then stated quite openly that her main desire was for the Vampire Chronicles to become a television series, or online series in this case, and for it to be ongoing and made to represent all of the characters that she had created. And the show itself at that point was going to be part of Paramount's streaming service. It then got shuffled over to Hulu until finally ending up at AMC. And the AMC executives did not feel that going according to the novel and portraying Louis as a slave owner of a plantation would go over necessarily well with audiences of today. That's why the decision was made by AMC execs to alter the timeline and alter the race of Louis, and also to change a lot of the factors of Louis' life, from him being a downtrodden plantation, reluctant plantation owner in the original novel and the film, to a quite wealthy, successful entrepreneur in the New Orleans area. Now, I'm skimming over a lot of details here, but I'm giving you the basics on things that I've known for some time. And this is mainly because of recent feedback I've gotten on my videos saying that I really didn't know what I was talking about, when in fact I do. I have a lot of knowledge on this series. I've been following its development as a series back to the time frame when it was greenlit as a film series. I think that that's part of the reason I feel the way I do about this new series. Because I've been following the development and changing of hands from different online and traditional services for so long, that I had this preconceived notion that what we would be seeing was a more direct representation of the source material. Interview with the Vampire and the Vampire Chronicles as a whole, in my personal opinion, for it to be successful, and successful in terms of source material and accuracy to key plot points that move the story along, it should stay true to the original material. The deviations that have been made, although minor in some areas as previously stated, there are some major plot points that have been changed. Am I curious of how they're going to handle this? Kind of, yes. But at the same time, now that they have the rights to the series exclusively, they can basically do whatever they want. And Anne Rice's vision for all of her beloved vampires being represented in a series may be compromised. That's my biggest fear right now. That we will not see an accurate depiction of Armand, of Merrick, of Victoria, for that matter. I love Victoria. These are vampires that, when you read these novels, you become attached to. They're so realistic and just so down to earth and of their time. And that's the thing, they're of their time. In the original novel, Interview with the Vampire, and the subsequent novels, each vampire tended to reflect the time frame of their origins. And I'm not really seeing that from what I'm hearing about the new series. Lestat, in the original novels, wasn't that old, and my understanding is he's over 100 years old at the start of this new series. And once again, I would urge anyone who is interested in the Vampire Chronicles, read the source material. Read the novels. They are wonderful. And there is no substitute for the literature at all. I will say that the uh, erotic and homosexual elements of the novels, especially of Interview, were they weren't entirely played down, but they were played down to some degree in the 1994 film. You were still able to get a sense of Lestat's obsession with Louis, especially when it came to being possessive of Louis. That much was clear, but the subtext that is more um, uh, prominent in the novels as opposed to being subtext of a of a film is prominent in the novels. You have to understand that was the early 1990s as well. And you had some pretty heavy hitting actors attached to that film. I, I really think that they did a good enough job with that film, but times change, people change. This new series of AMC is getting critical acclaim. The Rotten Tomatoes score is incredibly high. Critical reception has been very positive, but I can't help going back to the fear that showrunners had about portraying the character of Louis as a plantation owner, as a slave owner, as opposed to a brothel owner in the series as it is now. I understand why they made this change, and it has more so to do, in my opinion, with the events of 2020, the Black Rights Matter movement, and how that affected people's perceptions of slavery, of oppression, and of black people in society. I think what people fail to see and fail to mention, though, is that in both the novel as well as the original film, Louis has an incredible amount of empathy for the slaves that are um, in his service. He does not look down on them. He's reverent of them. And Lestat's more harsh when it comes to them. But Louis understands and has an empathy, and that's an empathy that we really aren't going to get with this because Louis in this series is a businessman. In my description, there will be links to the AMC trailer for the series, the original 1994 film trailer, in addition to a link to Maven of the Eventide and her YouTube page where she does extensive reviews on each episode and deconstructions on them and comparisons to the source material. And she's doing a phenomenal job. I cannot stress that enough. She's amazing. And she knows her vampire lore of Anne Rice much better than anyone out there, in my opinion, who has spoken thus far. If anyone is an expert on Anne Rice's work, it is her, and I urge you to check out her channel. I would also recommend feel free to contact me on Facebook. My link to that will be below. It's my personal Facebook. Shoot me a message and let me know your thoughts, your suggestions for future videos that I'm going to do. And just feel free to like, dislike, and to comment below on any feedback you have with this particular part of what has become an ongoing series, apparently, of Interview with the Vampire AMC. So, this is Rob with Media Awareness. Also, click the bell icon to be notified of anything I upload as soon as it goes online. In addition to becoming a subscriber, I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. Whether you like what I'm saying or dislike it, it's all personal opinion. I don't I don't pretend to know everything. However, I do try to do my best in reporting what I do know. In this video, I sort of came clean on things I did know, and it was time that I did, given some feedback recently received, as previously mentioned at the beginning of this video. So, with that stated, have a great day. As you can see, this daylight outside. And as a vampire, I should not be out right now. But by current standards, I guess if I'm not in direct sunlight, I'm safe. Have a great day. Bye.